North Shore. Should you go? Is it worth it? Yes. In this video, I'm going to show you a fun way to spend a half day on the North Shore. For us, the half day consisted of 3 things. First off, we rented stand-up paddleboards to stand-up paddleboard down ANAHULU River. Second, we grabbed a bite to eat at one of the food trucks. And third, we caught sunset up on the North Shore. I'll leave timestamps in the description box below, so feel free to skim the video. We started in Waikiki around noon or 1 o'clock and drove up to the North Shore. Haleiwa is a town up on the North Shore and is considered the beginning of the North Shore. From Waikiki, it's about a 45 to 60-minute drive. Once you get up to Haleiwa, you can easily spend a couple hours in there. Haleiwa is a cute little historic town. There's some local mom and pop shops, there's some art galleries, there's food trucks, there's some smaller shops. It's a nice local surfer vibe. I would definitely recommend checking it out. We stopped at this surf shop and rented stand-up paddleboards. Stand-up paddleboard rental pricing ranges depending on the shop. A good rule of thumb, I would say, is $15 to $20 for a 1-hour rental. We chose to do 2 hours for $25. ANAHULU River is super calm and it's great for beginners. The water is really flat like glass. It's almost like stand-up paddleboarding across a lake. It takes about maybe 30 to 45 minutes to go down ANAHULU River one way to the point where you can no longer go any further. Once you get to that point, it's really easy to notice because the water gets way too shallow and rocky, so you have to turn back around and come back the way you came. The route itself is really gorgeous. You'll see plenty of other stand-up paddleboarders. There's also kayaks available as well. If you've never stand-up paddleboarded before, try it. It's really fun. This specific shop we liked a lot because the boards were good quality and the actual boards itself were really, really wide. This was really important to us because we actually brought some puppies when we went to stand-up paddleboard. One pro tip for stand-up paddleboarding on ANAHULU River, 2 pro tips actually. First one is make sure you do have a waterproof bag. This can be a small bag, but make sure it's waterproof and it floats. This is something you can put your cell phone, your car keys, your camera if you want to bring snacks or maybe a bottle of water or something like that. You want to make sure you have that bag and you can strap it or clip it onto your stand-up paddleboard or just rest it on top. That way, if you flip over or if the board flips over, at least your stuff will stay dry. ANAHULU River is a very, very calm river, but the river, as you can see in the video, the water is very, very murky. So if you were to drop your car keys or your cell phone, it will take some time to find it. To avoid that problem, just put everything in a waterproof floating bag. Second pro tip, if you decide to bring a camera, a cell phone, or a GoPro to take photos or video, you want to make sure that you get an attachment that floats. All the footage you see in the video is done on my GoPro Hero 7 Black. I have an attachment that lets it float. It's like kind of like a selfie stick, but it also floats. It has an orange float piece at the top. I'll leave a link in the description box below if you'd like to purchase it, or if you want one similar to it. I would highly recommend that. One of our friends went on the trip and she had a different GoPro and it unfortunately didn't have a float attached to it. It had unclipped somehow from her side and it fell to the bottom of the river. She looked for a little while to see if she could find it, but because the water was so murky, she was unable to find the GoPro. It is now at the bottom of ANAHULU River, unfortunately. So we've been at it for about an hour and 15 minutes. We're just heading up to where the bridge is, and I think it's time for lunch soon. After we finished stand-up paddleboarding down ANAHULU River, we decided to grab lunch. There's a bunch of different local food trucks that are in the area. This specific one was one of my favorites. They have the best garlic shrimp and I really liked it a lot. A plate lunch will run you about $13 to $15 depending on what you decide to order. The area that we went to had a few other food trucks. There's a Korean spot, there's a burger spot, there's a place that has salads, lots of things that are in the area. I like this one specifically because for $1 extra, they actually pre-peeled the shrimp for you. If you've ever had garlic shrimp and peeled it yourself, you know that the garlic shrimp butter just stays on your fingers, on your hands for a few hours afterwards, and the smell is almost impossible to get out. So for that reason, I highly recommend this spot. It's only an extra $1 and then they will also peel the shrimp for you. This isn't the only spot that does this, but this is one of my favorites and I went to it again. After we finished eating, to end off our half day on the North Shore, we decided to catch sunset at one of the beaches. Pro tip for any of the North Shore beaches, if the only beaches you've ever been to is a beach that's in the Waikiki area, one key difference between that and a North Shore beach or pretty much any of the other beaches outside of the hotel district, there aren't a lot or actually any kiosks where you can just rent beach chairs or umbrellas, unless it's near a resort or a hotel, for example. But for the most part, it's just beach that's out there. So if you want to have beach chairs, an umbrella, or any of those kinds of things with you, bring those with you from Waikiki. Either rent them in Waikiki, or if you want, you can also go to one of the local stores in the area, such as a Target, a Walmart, all of which are within a mile or two of Waikiki, and you can purchase those and bring those with you to the North Shore and also keep them for the rest of your trip too. If you have a Costco or a Sam's Club membership, they also sell those beach chairs that have like the backpack straps. That way you can bring those with you. You can use those in Waikiki, you can use those up on the North Shore, you can use those on pretty much any of the beaches. They're super comfortable and would definitely recommend it. Question of the day: what is your favorite spot on the North Shore? Comment down below.